Good morning, everybody. Welcome. As advertised, we're going to start out with a little bit of chair work. So, get a hold of your chair. And sit in your chair. Back reasonably straight, feet on the floor, toes same distance apart from the heels. So toes same distance apart from each other as the heels. Shoulder blades relaxing down the back. Chest open. So we're going to be doing a little bit of work with confidence, agency, opening up to an audience, stage work, public speaking, etc. Yoga poses that help openness and confidence. So the first one, sitting in the chair, inhale, exhale, and then hang out here. Mid traps, pulling the shoulder blades together, opening the chest out, hands awake. Now, what happens to your breathing once you're here? Is there any tightening of the tummy? Loosen the tummy, loosen the belly. Breathe using that thoracic diaphragm. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. Inhale, bring the hands into the chest. And kind of slouch a little bit. And then open, ha. Chest high and open, shoulder blades together, hands awake. Inhale, draw in. Notice if there's any clicks or bumps in the voice. If there is, get some more air out. Go for it a little bit more until the voice smooths out. Inhale. A little bit more volume. Arms out a little bit more, squeezing the shoulder blades together a little bit more. And one more. If the voice naturally lasted longer, you're winning. And release. Wiggle it out. Now, grab a pillow or a yoga bolster, the size, or a blanket. The size of the pillow and the blanket that is right will depend on your body type. So what we're doing, I'll show you what we're doing, and you'll figure out what we're after. So we're going to be here. So for me, I like a little bit more pillow under here because that does my inspiratory muscle training better. I get the breathing, the difficulty of using the diaphragm a little bit more, which strengthens my core. So I like this, but not everybody will. Also, optional, legs more apart. So the legs can be like this, or they can be like this, or they can be like this, whatever seems to fit best. So we'll get our contraption on our lap. And here, hey, hey, and hang out. Releasing the shoulders. Releasing the back of the neck. Releasing the jaw. Focusing in on that tummy, expanding into your legs and into the pillow or bolster. And noticing what this is doing to the nervous system. Muggle yoga is stretching and exercise. Wizard yoga is awareness, noticing, and about the nervous system. And about the emotional body as well. Melting. For me in this pose, I'll be in there for about a minute and I'm like, yeah, I'm totally soft and relaxed. Everything's fine. And then 2 minutes in, clunk, the neck finally lets go and drops another inch. Inhale, high yourself up. Ah. And check out the nervous system. And opening the eyes. Now, somewhat ironically, while we're in the chair, we're going to work on a pose that helps us if we've been doing too much sitting. So, again, you might want to have a pillow or a bolster handy. We're going to go after the hip flexors a little bit. So, this might just be one of the most hated poses you've ever done. You're welcome. Merry Christmas. Let's see how we do. Guy cross. Make sure you're past the ankle bone. So you're on the leg here, not right here, kicking into the ankle joint. So past. There may be a pillow here or here. You'll know once you get on whether you want a pillow here or a pillow here. If you go a little lower, you might want one here. If your hip flexor isn't going to allow you to go too low, you might like something on the knee to support the fact that you're right here. Okay. And again, if you're like me, this is totally awesome. Bulk it up, get it set in, and voila. If you feel it in the knee joint of the raised knee, odds are that you've got such tight hip flexors that it's going right into the knee joint. So be gentle with that if the knee starts screaming too much. But if you feel a little bit of knee and then you hang out and the knee goes away and you start feeling in the hip, that's good. And if you're right down as low as you were on the last one, way to go. Finding as much length in the waist before you go down. So up and out and then rounding down. And we will not be here for as long. Soften the shoulders. Inhale, come up, and foot down, and switch. Switch your accoutrement if you have it. Lengthen like you're trying to come up and around, and down.
Can I ask you a question? Oh, gee, I can hear myself. Okay. What's the purpose of the pillows?
To make it safer.
Oh,
Do you not need them?
no. I got good flexors.
Yeah, if you, well, like I said, if you're right down to the floor, you don't need the pillows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you've got loose hip flexors, right down.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yep. We're trying to make it so that in the pose, no matter where you are, you're not hanging in midair. Because that allows the body to feel more supported, nervous system, supported emotionally and physically, yes, which allows the pose to work faster, better. Inhale, coming up, and come off. Turning to the side of your chair, coming about 3/4 forward, knees together, feet together, hands on the back of the chair. This is another version of the cat twist for vocal freedom. I'll use this a lot with choirs, especially if people aren't as able to get down on the floor and do the game-changing, voice-changing, life-changing cat twist. We can at least get close with this one. So shoulder blades down the back. Inhale. Twist towards the back of the chair. Wiggle from the spine. How internal is your wiggle? Inhale. Keep wiggling. Wiggle yourself a little farther. Keep finding new ways to wiggle. The key with wiggling is to notice what's not wiggling and going after that. So it's an internally manifested wiggle. Is the voice affecting the pose? And is the pose affecting the voice? That means you're integrating your voice to your body. which, believe it or not, during our daily lives is exactly the opposite of what happens. Our voice becomes disconnected from our breath and from our body. Inhale. Hey. Jaw soft, head aimed over the chest. We want to kind of reach forward with the neck, and that's not helping. This is all about that upper back area and the diaphragm and the nervous system. One more. Yeah, lied. Let's do one more. Change the vowel. Keep playing with the vowel. Find out which vowel works best for you. And release. Close your eyes, sit, hands on knees. Breathe and notice the two sides of the rib cage. Well, that's interesting. Now notice the two legs. Here's the real cool part. Notice the two sides of your face. And you thought that was the real cool part. This is the real cool part. Make a sound and notice if one side of your face and body is reverberating and accepting the sound more than the other side of the face or body. Hey or he, probably. Hey. Where do you feel the resonance of the voice? Keep going. Isn't that the neatest thing? So that one side of the body, all of it was affected, including your ability to resonate, for your voice to work, for your voice to come out into the world. Awesome. Excuse me. Usually comes in twos, sorry. Oh, great. Yeah, now that I'm live, the body makes a liar out of me. Just watch. It'll come halfway through the sneeze and I'll blow my rib cage out. All right. Hands on the side of the chair, knees and feet together. Inhale, play with vowels. Hey. So if we're doing this right, it feels like the voice propels us into the pose. And it feels like the breath gets us deeper into the pose than if we just went and tried to squeeze ourselves in. Noticing that flow. Hey. Remember to keep the head reasonably over the front of the chest, and about 5 or 6 more on your own pace. Hey. Ah. So the yogic metaphor of twists is, how do we deal when life twists us up? Do we tighten and squeeze and hold? Or, here's the metaphor, do we accept what is, wiggle in and wiggle free whilst dealing with the difficulty? So we don't come out, we don't try to escape it, but we also don't harden and tighten within it. I know that sounds woo-woo, but it's absolutely true. This is the nervous system we're talking about, which is directly in contact with the mid and back brains. How do we deal with when life twists us up? Stay in there, deal with it, come out the other side, and do some wiggling and some giggling at the same time. And come out. And let's notice the two sides again, two sides of the rib cage. It might, for most of us, feel a little bit more subtle because we've done both sides now. Notice the two sides of the two legs, the 2 feet, and the 2 sides of the face. And now do a couple of voicings in A or E. See if you can feel that resonance on the other side. Go ahead. Remember, if the voice is catching, that's not a vocal problem, that's an air problem. Blow down the Three Little Pigs house, or blow out a birthday cake a couple of times. Then go, hey, again. No such thing as a voice problem. All right. Let's put the chair to the side. will probably come back to it depending on how the rest of the class goes. Wilson Method Series 1, the whole thing. So cat twist, happy puppy, downward dog, upward dog. P.S. Again, I am putting out another edition of my voice book. And at the beginning of it will be 3 meditations for singers, sound files, and 3 videos, 5-minute, 10-minute, 20-minute vocal warm-up and development. So that's coming hopefully in May if I get my you-know-what together. So again, everyone who has bought the book before will get that for free. It'll just be a page of links in my ebook. Figuring it out as I go along, like everyone else. All right. So Wilson Method Series 1. All fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Breath first. Inhale. Really surrender that air. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. Inhale. Exhale longer. Wait. Inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Inhale. Happy puppy. Reaching the arm forward, reaching the hip back. Inhale nose. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now we're upping it to downward dog. Make sure your breath starts an instant before you move. It's the breath that's taking you into downward dog, not your will. Inhale. The downward dog should feel lighter if we use the breath. Inhale, breath moves a moment before into upward dog. Sexy mermaid, back and forth. Hey, sailor. Yep. Inhale. Inhale. Excellent. That's series 1. Let's give our wrists a break. Come up and do some more vocal empowering work. So the number one thing I see in just about every client and just about every student when I'm working with actors and singers is a lack of lower body engagement across the board, everyone. Because we're up here, we're living up here, because this is where we're valued, unless we're professional athletes. The more we think, the more our energy comes up and rises to support that thinking process, and the less we're down here. All these vocal problems, all these acting problems are, to my way of thinking, mostly rooted in not having enough roots. Lack of depth of character, lack of support for high notes. It's all about the lower body. So here's a series of exercises that'll look a little similar that I do with actors and singers. So it's similar to the chair thing. Watch, it's basically Warrior 1, but with the arms like this. So, inhale to the heart, same thing, other foot. So we're basically coming forward like this, chest open, intention here. Because as soon as that chest is sunk, we cannot express, and we don't look like we're energized on stage or in life. So it's about this space here, and that's why the hands go right into the middle of the heart chakra, touch, and then open out to the world. You do this exercise 10 times, once a day for a week. I can almost guarantee you'll notice a difference in something. And yes, you can change the vowel, but try ha for a little while first, because ha is the most open vowel. All right, here we go. Inhale. Ha. Draw in, prepare. Ha. 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 stand and notice. Notice your posture as well as your energy and your nervous system. Shake it out. If you have water handy, be good to have some because we're moving a lot of energy right now. And bouncer. Once you've got the bounce going, check out the shoulders. Are you letting them bounce as much as you could? And now the jaw. And now the head and neck. Check out the shoulders again. So easy to grip the shoulders. That's one of our number one bracings for life. Just like in here in the 6-pack. And come to standing and notice. Lovely. Let's come back down onto the mat. Series 1 with voice. Cat twist, hey. Hey. Inhale. Cat twist, hey. Hey. Inhale up. Cat twist, hey. Hey. Inhale up. Cat twist, hey. Hey. Nostril, cat twist. Happy puppy, he. Embody it. Inhale up. over dog ho. Breath and voice move first. Ho. Way to go, everyone. Chair. Placing it on one end of your mat. Like so. Feel free to have your blanket draped over all parts of you, as this is Shavasana A of B. That totally didn't make sense. Shavasana 1 of 2. There we go. If the legs feel like they're having their circulation cut off with this, either and, move the chair back a little bit or forward. And the other option is a folded up Mexican blanket underneath your hips. So that'll bring the hips up a little bit if you're feeling like the legs are a little uncomfortable on the chair. That's the last thing we want. So you can raise your hips. You can even put one of your Wilson Method blue balls underneath your tailbone. That would be awesome for everything if you have one. All right. Letting go. Letting gravity suck you into the floor. Giving up, giving in, letting go. So the balance of the forward bends and the Shavasana versus the empowering, agency producing, strengthening, confidence building, opening poses we did. In essence, standing poses and back bends are about openness, confidence, agency, permission. Forward bends are about letting go, releasing, surrendering, giving in. We need both. And twists are about how we deal with life, or how we deal with the difficult parts of life, perhaps. Lengthening the neck, dropping the shoulder blades down the back. If you are having trouble sleeping or getting to sleep at night, this pose is awesome. Or legs up the wall, anything where the legs are elevated higher than the torso. So this is an excellent pre-sleep pose. And if you want to be really cool, you just put your legs straight up the backboard of your bed before going to sleep. So you turn yourself around, put the legs up the headboard. Do that for 5-10 minutes, then turn around and drop into the depths. So attempting to stay in the soft space I'm hoping you're in, and maybe with your feet moving that chair out of the way and going into full flat on the floor Shavasana. Wiggling your fingers and toes, rotating wrists and ankles, stretching out the arms and legs, and whatever else wants to be stretched. Roll over to the right-hand side. Give yourselves a big hug for simply showing up and doing something for you. Inhale through the nose. Sigh through the mouth. Come on up with another sigh to sitting. Thank you, thank you, thank you.